I went on a first date once. The guy was lovely, smart, funny, tall, everything good.
Sounds like a great date.
And he leaned forward, looked into my eyes, and said, I am most pleased to make your acquaintance this evening.
Wait, what?
I almost laughed in his face. He sounded like a character from an old British movie, and I thought, this guy is going to be a lot of work.
Did you go on a second date?
I did not.
Because of one sentence?
Because of one sentence. That's how powerful too formal is on a first date. It can ruin everything.
And today, we're going to make sure that never happens to you. 10 mistakes that make you sound too formal, and exactly what to say instead.
Hey everyone, welcome to Real People, Real English, the podcast where we talk about real life in real, easy English. I'm Emma.
And I'm Henry. If you've ever been nervous on a date in English, this episode is going to change everything.
Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk.
So Emma, can you finish the story? What did the formal guy actually say next?
Okay, so he kept going. He said, I would very much enjoy hearing about your professional endeavors.
Professional endeavors?
He meant, tell me about your job.
Why didn't he just say, so what do you do?
Exactly. That's all he had to say. 3 words. What do you do? But he made it into a whole sentence.
And it pushed you away.
It pushed me far, far away. Because formality on a first date creates distance. And the whole point of a first date is to feel close.
What about you? Have you ever been on a date with someone too formal?
Oh, wait. Are you turning the question on me? You're the one who's been on more dates.
I will tell my stories another time. Today, you're the expert.
Fine. Yes. Many times. And the funny thing is, these people aren't bad. They're just nervous. So they reach for the most polite, textbook English they know. And that's the trap.
The textbook trap. We're going to fix that today.
Okay, small talk done. Let's get into it.
Quick favor before we dive in.
If you're enjoying our podcast, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who has a date coming up. They need this episode.
Honestly, this might save their date.
Okay, here's the truth. On a first date in English, sounding too formal is worse than making grammar mistakes.
Way worse. A grammar mistake is cute. It's human. People smile.
But sounding too formal is cold. It feels like you're at a job interview, and nobody wants to date a job interview.
Nobody.
So today, 10 specific mistakes, 10 exact sentences people say that ruin the vibe, and 10 better, more casual options for each.
And we're going to do them one by one, mistake by mistake, so you can save this episode and review it before your next date.
Mistake number 1, saying, I am pleased to meet you.
Oh, this one, yes. This is the classic textbook opener.
And on paper, it looks polite. It looks correct. Your English teacher would clap.
But on a first date, your date will think, why are we at a corporate meeting?
Because I am pleased to meet you is what you say at a wedding when you're meeting your future mother-in-law for the first time, or at a business conference. It's heavy. It's stiff.
Date energy needs to be light, easy, like meeting a friend, not a business contact.
What do native speakers say instead? Just one of these. Hey, nice to meet you. It's so good to finally meet. Hi, glad you made it.
All warm, all casual, all easy. And the magic word is hey. Hey is the secret.
Hey is informal, but not rude. It's friendly. It signals we're equals, we're hanging out.
If you start a date with hey, you're already winning.
It's so good to finally meet is also amazing, especially if you've been talking on the app for a while. It says, I'm excited about this. I've been looking forward to it.
And glad you made it is great if there was traffic or rain or any reason they were a little late. Warm, generous.
Quick mini dialogue. Henry, you're arriving for our date.
Hey, hi, sorry I'm a few minutes late.
No worries. Glad you made it. Come on in.
See? Easy, warm, real. No pleased to meet you anywhere.
Mistake number 2, saying, "How do you do?"
Oh, please don't.
I know it's in many English textbooks. I know it's grammatically correct, but nobody under the age of 70 says this in real life.
And especially not on a date. If you say, "How do you do?" to someone on a date, they will think you are a very polite ghost from another century.
A polite ghost. What do native speakers say instead? How's it going? How are you? How's your day been?
And here's the trick. How's it going? Isn't really a question. It's a greeting. The other person will answer, "Good, you?" And that's it. You're done. Move on.
You don't need to give a long answer. "Good, you?" is the whole sentence. Then change the topic.
If you give a long answer to "How's it going?", it gets weird. People expect short.
But if you really want to give more, you can, but only with feeling, not with information. "Good, you?" "I'm a little nervous, honestly." That's charming, real.
A little nervous, honestly, is actually a power move on a first date. It's vulnerable. It's human. The other person will relax.
Because guess what? They're nervous too. When you admit it, they feel safe to admit it too.
And once you've both admitted it, the date gets easier. Way easier.
Mistake number 3, saying, "I would like to inform you that..."
Oh, no.
I have heard this from multiple men on multiple dates. "I would like to inform you that I work in finance."
Inform you? It's a date, not a press conference.
Right? What do real people say? "So, I work in finance. Kind of boring, but it pays the bills." Or, "I'm in finance. What about you?"
Notice the difference. You're sharing information, but in a casual, conversational way.
And bonus tip, be slightly self-deprecating about your job. "It's boring. It's not exciting, but I like it. It pays the bills."
Self-deprecating means making yourself sound a tiny bit small. It's a charm move. Native English speakers do this all the time.
Because if you sound too proud about your job, you sound arrogant. If you're a tiny bit humble about it, you sound likable.
Even doctors and lawyers do this. "I'm a doctor. Yeah, it's long hours, but I love it." Notice, they don't say, "I am a medical professional with extensive experience."
Nobody talks like that, even when they could.
And here's the next layer. After you mention your job, immediately turn the question back. "I'm in finance. What about you? What do you do?"
That's tennis. You hit, they hit. You hit. Conversation flows.
If you only talk about yourself, even with all the right words, the date dies. The "and you" is everything.
Mistake number 4, asking, "May I inquire as to your hobbies?"
Emma, has someone really said this?
Henry, yes. A guy with a very nice smile. He said, "May I inquire as to your hobbies?" And my soul left my body.
Your soul left your body. That's the perfect description.
What real people say, "So, what do you do for fun? What are you into these days? Got any hobbies?"
What are you into is so good. Into means interested in. I'm really into rock climbing. I'm into cooking lately.
It's modern, it's casual. It opens the door to a real conversation.
And "these days" adds a softness. It says right now in your life. Because hobbies change.
Some people had time for big hobbies a few years ago. Now, life is different. They might be into reading on the couch and walks with my dog. That's still valid.
And by saying "these days", you're allowing them to share their current life, not their highlight reel from 5 years ago.
Bonus phrase, "What's been keeping you busy?" That's a great alternative. It works for both hobbies and life in general.
And it's perfect when you don't know if their answer will be, "I'm doing 5 hobbies," or "I'm just trying to survive my job."
Both answers are real. Both are okay. The phrase works for both. Mistake number 5, saying, I find this restaurant to be most agreeable.
I find this restaurant to be most agreeable, like a Jane Austen book.
And you say it with a serious face, looking at the menu. Your date is wondering if they accidentally went on a date with their grandfather.
Quick break before mistake 6. We made something for you.
Yes! I've attached a free PDF guide in the description for you to practice. It has all 10 mistakes, all the better casual versions, plus a complete role-play first date dialogue you can practice with a friend.
It also has compliment phrases, conversation starters, and the things you should never say.
Free. In the description. Download it before your next date.
Okay, back to mistake 5. What should you actually say?
What real people say? This place is so cute. I love it here. Have you been here before? It looks great.
Short, warm, real. And, bonus, these phrases invite the other person to share. Have you been here before? Is the perfect bridge into more conversation.
Words you can use to describe a place. Cute, cozy, lovely, nice, cool, super cute, really nice, kind of fancy.
Notice, not agreeable, not most fitting, just simple, real adjectives.
And another good one. This is such a vibe. Modern, casual. Means this place has great atmosphere.
Vibe is one of those words that's everywhere now. Good vibes, the vibe of this place. I love the vibe here. All natural.
Or for cozy, dimly lit places. This is so cozy. Or this place feels really chill.
Chill here means relaxed, easygoing, low energy in a good way.
Mistake number 6, saying, I do enjoy partaking in physical activities.
Partaking in activities. Why?
Because the textbook says partake is a fancy word for do. But on a date, fancy is bad.
What real people say, I love working out. I'm trying to get into running. I play soccer on weekends. I'm a gym rat, honestly.
Gym rat. Beautiful phrase. It means someone who loves the gym, who's there all the time.
And it's slightly self-deprecating again. You're saying, yeah, I'm one of those people. It's charming.
Other phrases. I'm super into yoga. I'm trying this new class. I'm not athletic at all. I just walk a lot.
All real, all conversational, all inviting them to share what they do too.
Notice especially, I'm not athletic at all. I just walk a lot. This is a great phrase if you don't actually exercise much.
Because here's the trap. If you say, I don't exercise on a date, it can sound negative. But I'm not athletic at all. I just walk a lot is honest and warm. It says, this is who I am. Take it or leave it.
And confidence about your real life is way more attractive than pretending you do something you don't do.
Don't lie about hobbies. Don't say you love hiking if you don't. The truth comes out on date 3 anyway.
Mistake number 7, saying, it is my desire to travel extensively in the future.
It is my desire. Sounds like a king.
What real people say, I really want to travel more. I'm dying to go to Japan. There's like 10 places on my list.
Dying to is such a good phrase. It means really, really want to. I'm dying to try this new restaurant. I'm dying to see that movie.
It's an exaggeration, of course. You're not actually dying. But that's the fun of it. It shows real enthusiasm.
And dates love enthusiasm. People want to date someone who's excited about life.
Phrases for showing what excites you. I'm dying to blank. I really want to blank. It's on my bucket list.
Bucket list. means a list of things you want to do before you die. Sounds dark, but it's actually a fun concept.
And here's a bonus phrase. I've been obsessed with lately. Obsessed is hyperbole, like dying to, but it shows enthusiasm.
I'm obsessed with this new band. I've been obsessed with cooking shows lately. Both real, modern, casual.
These hyperbole words, dying to, obsessed, literally, are the colors of casual English. They make conversation come alive.
And dates respond. Energy attracts energy. Boring sentences get boring responses.
Mistake number 8, saying, I would prefer not to discuss my previous romantic relationships.
My previous romantic relationships.
If you say this, your date will assume your previous relationships were really, really bad, because nobody normal speaks like this.
What real people say, that's a long story for another time. Let's save that for date 5. Honestly, can we change the subject?
Save that for date 5 is so flirty. It implies there will be a date 5, and we'll know each other better then.
It's confident, it's playful, and it sets a boundary without being weird about it.
If you really don't want to talk about it, you can say, honestly, I'd rather not get into it tonight. Sorry. That's still casual, but clear.
And then, and this is important, change the subject yourself. Don't leave a hole. Ask them something fun.
Like, honestly, I'd rather not get into it tonight. So, what's the best meal you've had this month?
See what just happened? You closed one door and opened another, beautifully.
And by the way, there are other topics where this same trick works. Family drama, money problems, health issues, politics. Like, honestly, I'd rather not get into it tonight. So, what's the best meal you've had this month?
All of those, same response. Long story for another time. Then change the topic. The first date isn't the place for heavy stuff.
First dates are about feeling good together. Save the heavy conversations for when you trust each other. Mistake number 9, saying, I find you to be quite an attractive individual.
An attractive individual.
Nobody wants to be called an individual. It sounds like a research paper.
What real people say, you look really nice tonight. You're so cute. I love what you're wearing. You have such a good smile.
Specific compliments are stronger than general ones. You look beautiful is fine, but I love your laugh is amazing because it's specific.
And it shows you're paying attention. You've noticed something specific about them. That's flattering in a real way.
Compliments to try. I love your style. You have great energy. Your eyes are insane. I really like talking to you.
I really like talking to you. That one's gold, because it's about more than looks. It's about connection.
And you can use it on a first date when you're feeling brave. It's a real moment.
Pro tip, give one compliment early in the date and one near the end. Don't compliment them 10 times in 2 hours.
10 compliments feels like too much. It feels desperate, like you're trying too hard.
But 2 compliments, one early, one late, is perfect. The early one warms them up. The late one makes them remember the date warmly.
And here's a sneaky one. Compliment something they're proud of, not something they got lucky with. Compliment their thoughts, not just their face.
If they tell a great story, say, you're a really good storyteller. If they make a smart point, say, that's such an interesting way to look at it.
Those compliments stick because they say, I see your mind, not just your face. Mistake number 10, saying, I would be honored if we could schedule another meeting.
Schedule another meeting. Are we at work?
And this is the worst place to be too formal. The end of the date. When you want to ask for date number 2.
What real people say, hey, I had a really good time. Can we do this again? I'd love to see you again. What's your schedule like next week? Are you free this weekend? I want to take you to that place I told you about.
confident, direct, specific.
Notice, the third option mentions a specific place. That's powerful. It says, I've been thinking about this. I have a plan.
And here's a softer version if you're shy. I'd love to do this again sometime. Then wait for them to say me too and follow up.
Either way, don't say schedule. Say do this again, see you again, hang out again, grab dinner again.
Casual, warm, real.
And let me give you the perfect formula for asking for a second date. 3 steps.
Ooh, formulas. I love a formula.
Step 1, share a feeling. I had such a good time tonight. Step 2, make the ask. Can we do this again? Step 3, suggest something specific. There's this place I've been wanting to try.
Beautiful. 3 short sentences. Confident, warm, specific.
And it works almost every time because it shows you cared about tonight, you want more, and you're already thinking about the next moment.
Let me say it again, listeners. I had such a good time tonight. Can we do this again? There's this place I've been wanting to try. Memorize that. Use it.
Okay, before we recap, let me give you the golden rule of first date English.
Oh, the golden rule. I love this.
If you wouldn't say it to a friend, don't say it on a date.
Read that again. If you wouldn't say it to a friend, don't say it on a date.
Because the goal of a first date is to become friends with this person, plus a little spark.
And friends don't say, I would be honored to schedule a meeting. Friends say, want to hang out again?
So before every sentence, ask yourself, would I say this to a close friend? If yes, perfect. If no, simplify.
Simpler is always better on a first date.
And here's why this rule actually works in your brain. When you're nervous, your brain reaches for the safest, most polite phrases, the textbook phrases, because they feel correct.
But correct and connecting are 2 different things. Correct phrases get you a passing grade. Connecting phrases get you a second date.
So when you feel nervous, instead of reaching for the formal phrase, pause, breathe, and think, how would I say this to my best friend?
And then say that. Even if it feels too casual. It's not too casual. It's perfect.
Bonus section, things you can do instead of being formal.
Because we've talked about what not to say. But what should you focus on instead?
Tip 1, ask follow-up questions.
If they say, I went hiking last weekend, don't say, oh, nice. Say, where? Was it tough? Show real interest.
Follow-up questions are the secret weapon of charming people. They make the other person feel seen.
And the trick is, listen for the most interesting word in their answer and ask about that. If they say, I went to my sister's wedding, the interesting word is wedding. Ask about it.
If they say, I had a tough week at work, the interesting word is tough. Ask, oh no, what happened?
Follow up on emotion words especially. Tough, amazing, weird, crazy. Those words always have stories behind them.
Tip 2, share short stories, not facts.
Don't say, I have a brother. Say, I have a brother, and last week he sent me the most random text. Let me show you.
Stories are sticky. Stories are memorable. Facts are just data.
And short is the key word. Don't tell a 10-minute story on a first date. 2 minutes max. End on a small laugh or a question for them.
And here's a tiny trick. Start your story with a hook. You won't believe what happened last week. Or, my brother is a maniac. Listen to this. Hooks pull the other person in.
Tip 3, laugh at their jokes.
Even small ones, especially small ones. Laughing makes your date relax. And when they relax, they become the best version of themselves.
And, important, don't fake laugh. Fake laughter sounds bad. Just let yourself find the small, real funny things in what they say.
Most people are funnier than they think. If you give them permission to be funny, they will be.
And tip 4, when you don't know what to say, ask. What's been on your mind lately? What was the best part of your week? What are you into right now?
These questions are gold because they're open. They invite real answers, not just yes or no.
Tip 5, bonus. Leave space for silence.
What does that mean?
It means you don't have to fill every second with words. A small pause is okay. People who are nervous talk too much. People who are confident leave space.
Some of the best moments on a date are quiet ones. Looking at each other, smiling, sipping a drink.
If you can be comfortable in silence with someone, that's actually a big sign of connection.
Okay, before we recap, let's do something fun. A complete first date role play. From hello to, can we do this again?
Listeners, this is the whole episode in action. Listen to how casual everything is. No formal phrases anywhere.
Emma, you arriving.
Hey! Sorry I'm a little late. Traffic was crazy.
No worries. Glad you made it. This place is so cute, by the way.
Right? I love it. Have you been here before?
First time. So, how's your day been?
Good. You? A little nervous, honestly.
Same. Me too. Okay, that's out of the way. So, what do you do?
I'm a teacher. Middle school. It's chaos, but I love it. You?
I'm in marketing. Kind of boring, but pays the bills.
You make it sound terrible.
It's not terrible. It's just not as cool as middle school chaos. What are you into outside of work?
I'm super into hiking lately. I'm dying to do that big trail near the mountains next month.
Oh, nice. I've been meaning to check that out. Maybe we should go sometime.
Confident move.
Hey, I see what I want.
Okay, let me ask you something. What's been on your mind lately?
Honestly, I've been thinking about getting a dog. I think I'm finally ready.
Oh, that's huge. What kind?
Probably a rescue. Something medium-sized. I want a hiking buddy.
Yes, that's a great reason. Okay, this is making me want a dog now.
We can pick one out together.
Slow down, marketing guy. We just sat down.
Fair. Anyway, I'm having such a good time.
Me too, actually. You're easy to talk to.
Okay, I had such a good time tonight. Can we do this again?
I'd love to.
There's this small ramen place I've been wanting to try. Saturday?
Saturday works. Text me later.
Will do. Get home safe.
You too. Bye.
Did you hear that, listeners? Not one formal phrase. Not one, I am pleased to meet you. Just real, warm, casual conversation.
And both people sound smart. Both people sound interesting. Casual doesn't mean stupid. Casual is just real.
Listen back to that role play once or twice. Notice the rhythm, the follow-up questions, the compliments, the asking back.
Quick recap before we go.
Mistake 1. I am pleased to meet you. Better. Hey, nice to meet you.
Mistake 2. How do you do? Better. How's it going?
Mistake 3. I would like to inform you that. Better. So I work in kinda boring.
Mistake 4. May I inquire as to your hobbies? Better. What are you into these days?
Mistake 5. I find this restaurant most agreeable. Better. This place is so cute.
Mistake 6. I partake in physical activities. Better. I'm a gym rat, or I'm into yoga.
Mistake 7. It is my desire to travel. Better. I'm dying to go to Japan.
Mistake 8. I would prefer not to discuss past relationships. Better. Save that for date 5.
Mistake 9. I find you attractive. Better. I love your laugh.
Mistake 10. I would like to schedule another meeting. Better. Can we do this again?
And the golden rule. If you wouldn't say it to a friend, don't say it on a date.
Pick 3 favorites today. Memorize them. Use them on your next date.
That's our episode for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who has a date coming up. They will thank you.
Honestly, send it to a friend right now. Their next first date will go better because of you.
Tell us in the comments, what's the most awkward thing that ever happened on a first date in English? We read every comment.
Or if you've been the formal one before, tell us. No judgment. We've all been there.
Download the free PDF in the description. Practice the casual phrases out loud. Use them next time.
We upload new episodes Monday through Friday. Click the bell so you never miss one.
This was Real People, Real English. I'm Henry.
And I'm Emma. Take care, keep practicing, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care. Good luck on that date.